Hello, everyone. This is my very rough draft explaining John Harris and his argument regarding human enhancement. So, if you take a look at week 5, one of the prompts is to critically evaluate Harris's argument, first explaining his argument, and the second being to criticize a premise in the argument by generating a counter argument of your own. So I'm going to be focusing on premise 2 of Harris's argument that there is no distinction between treatment versus enhancement and doing versus allowing harm, by saying that human enhancement violates autonomy and right to an open future, as well as negative responsibility can actually worsen health. So just to recap on negative responsibility, it's the belief that you're responsible for what you do and what you allow or do not prevent. So in the case of the trolley situation, utilitarians believe that regardless of which option you choose, you are still responsible. And this goes the same with human enhancement and gene therapy, because through negative responsibility, they are guaranteed. So if you choose not to enhance your child or provide gene therapy, you are allowing disability and harm towards your child's health. John Harris is a utilitarian, and utilitarians believe that actions are morally right if and only if they benefit the majority. John Harris also believes that disability is a harm condition and there is nothing wrong with wanting the best health for your children, that being wishing that your child is not born with a disability. He also believes that health is quality of life and that there is no way for a disabled person to have a high quality of life because they have worse health. And supports human enhancement because it betters an individual's health and provides them with a wider sphere of choices. And to the right, you can see his 3 premises for his argument. So the first one being, if there is no moral distinction between treatment and enhancement for protecting life or health, then some forms of eugenics are morally obligatory. The second is that there is no distinction between treatment versus enhancement or doing versus allowing harm, which therefore means that some forms of eugenics are morally obligatory. To criticize his premise, I'm going to be using Dina Davis, who believes in Kantian ethics, which supports the idea that an act is morally right if and only if it respects autonomy. And just a quick recap on right to an open future, it is the unique set of rights that children have in order to keep their future options as open as possible until they're able to make their own decisions. And Dina Davis would say that human enhancement violates the right to an open future. Although Harris argues that human enhancement provides more choices, Dina Davis says that more choices restricts autonomy and right to an open future because parents are essentially designing children to meet their expectations, and those parental expectations can structure a child's life, which behind the idea that right to an open future is quality of life, it actually worsens the quality of life for a child. And to criticize the idea of negative responsibility, I chose the example of donating blood because donating blood is seen as a good thing because you are essentially helping people with your blood, and you are a good person if you choose to do it, but negative responsibility does not respect an individual's autonomy. And with that pressure of negative responsibility, I wanted to counter by saying that it is not your duty to provide your own body and that you have the right to not owe anyone anything. And also that there are individuals that can't give blood, for example, people who have AIDS, and because they aren't able to or you choose not to donate your blood, you are not inherently killing someone. And also, donating blood too often can lead to iron deficiency and protein depletion, which actually worsens health if John Harris argues that health is quality of life. So, on to the conclusion. If negative responsibility were to be true, we would be overwhelmed by feeling responsible for everything in life, and that negative responsibility ultimately violates autonomy, and that it does not it is not your duty to save everyone. And with Harris's argument that health is quality of life, it violates autonomy and right to an open future, and that people can have worse health and have high quality of life. And although he explains that more choices is better for the child, it can actually mean narrower choices. And although creating a perfectly healthy society is desired, we should not be morally obligated to do whatever we can to achieve that because health is not necessary for quality of life. Thank you.